is the New England Floridian Collective. I'm sure you can guess, from New England. Born and raised in Connecticut, but Southwest Florida has been my home for almost 10 years now. So my husband and I decided to build a better life down here, start a family, built our dream home on the water, basically have a life that we knew would take many more years in Connecticut. So we decided to start it early. So in 2015, we built. We've got our parents down here now, so my kids have their grandparents, so it's wonderful.
Okay, awesome. And what inspired you to pursue a career in this industry, and how did you start with your business?
So my background is sales, marketing, I guess customer service. I went to school for communications with a minor in marketing, but I've always had a love and a passion for fashion and clothes and shopping, like most women. So around when the pandemic hit, I decided to start sharing my blog on mom life and affordable style and just overall lifestyle. So it really started to grow on my Instagram, sharing links and tips, and I guess really just sharing my life in general.
Right.
And it was going great. So then I started working with some brands, national brands, local companies, some fabulous local boutiques. So for about a year, I was working with Just Lovely Boutique, which is a wonderful clothing fashion boutique for all women. They carry sizes regular through plus. Lisa, the owner, I worked with her for a while, learned so much from her. It was really great. I helped with some marketing and buying and did some modeling, always with the want to have my own brand and design my own clothes. So then after some time, it was just like, okay, it's now or never. So I launched earlier this year and it's been great.
Oh, perfect. And so you launched earlier this year. What do you think have been some challenges that you've faced, and how would you say you've overcome them?
Well, I'm a mom and a wife, and life, it is tough to manage running your own business and everything else. I think it's really important to have a great support system, and it's all about who you surround yourself with. So I'm really lucky that my husband is so supportive, and that I also have some great friends and family, and just, I would say, like a tribe of women around me that are also like-minded female entrepreneurs. So we're all lifting each other up, and we want to help each other grow and succeed. So I think that is huge. And that's really helped me stay focused on my goals and what I want to accomplish.
Okay. And how do you balance the demands of running a business with your personal life and other commitments?
I can say one aspect is my husband. He will be the first to reel me in and say if maybe I booked a photo shoot on the same day as a play date with the kids, or we're supposed to take them to the fair, to say, let's focus on priorities and what are we doing here. So first and foremost, I would say having a great partner is huge.
Right.
And I think also being mindful of what my goals are and what is the plan to get there. So I think having a plan is really important. It's not just like having those goals to manifest, which I also think that is important too, but I think keeping focused on what is the plan that's going to get you to reach those goals is really huge.
Right. And what do you believe are the most important qualities or characteristics that contribute to success in both business and life? And how can individuals develop these traits? Like, what's your personal opinion?
It's a loaded question.
Yeah. So let's start with the beginning part. Like, what do you think are some important qualities or characteristics that can contribute to success?
I think if you're passionate about something, first and foremost, that is going to be your guiding light, and that's going to help you reach your goal no matter what it takes. So passion, if you have that, you're halfway there. I grew up with a mother who worked so hard as a single mom. We didn't have a lot. She hustled for my brother and I think seeing that at a young age really gave me the drive and the backbone that I have today. So I guess drive would also be a huge aspect to help you get to where your goals and succeed.
Right, especially in business, right? Because it's not all so glamorous like it's made out to be, right? Especially today, because everybody wants to go into business, but there's just so many hurdles along everything
day, behind the scenes, that you don't see.
Exactly. And what advice would you give to someone who is just starting out in their career or business venture? And what are some common mistakes or pitfalls to avoid?
I would say branding is huge and is everything and is so important. So with my clothing brand, I am always in something that you can purchase. If anyone is going to give me a compliment and ask me where I got something, I'm going to hand you a card and say, you can get it on my website.
Right.
So branding, I believe, is everything.
Getting started?
I would say networking.
Networking? Yeah.
So when I was first growing my personal brand, my New England Floridian was my Instagram. That was my lifestyle blog and affordable fashion. I was going to any local female business owner event that I could, any networking group, just trying to meet like-minded people and then get the word out just locally about what I was doing and what I had to offer. So networking, I would say, along with branding, are the two best things you can do for someone starting off.
Okay. And do you have some advice when it comes to maybe common mistakes to avoid for somebody who's getting started?
I can think of mistakes I've made.
Yeah.
I think taking the time to slow down. I know when I was launching and getting started, I felt like I needed to be doing everything in 1,000 places at once and going above and beyond, and taking a step back now and looking at it's okay to go a little slower on some things if you need to. Take your time, not to rush. There were so many events I was doing early on, and I felt like I was just running around from person to person. And the last one I did, I said, take your time, spend more time with each person. You need to develop those relationships a little bit better and not rush as much. So I think that I personally have learned to slow down a little bit more. Okay.
Well, I have one more question, and it's somewhat of a loaded question also.
I'm ready for it.
How do you, we'll start with the first part. How do you measure success in your personal and professional life?
I measure success with a few different avenues. One, the goals that I set in place. So I always have a monetary financial goal that I want my business to hit, but there are also other aspects of growing my brand and reaching certain numbers. So first and foremost, it's the ones that I write down every month, reaching those goals. But long term, I have bigger goals. So I see also the success of my business as what I'm hearing from my clients and from customers, and ones that are coming back and getting those retention from those people who keep coming back month after month. Every time I have a new drop, they're making a purchase. They're giving fabulous reviews. They're sharing it out on their socials. They're referring their friends. So that, I think, is the biggest measurement of success.
Okay. And what motivates you to continue striving for your goals?
My family, my kids especially. My son just turned 6 and my daughter is 4. So in my mind, I feel like I don't feel like I know. My goal is I'm building this empire for my daughter. And growing up with my childhood with a mother just working, single mom, 24/7, really struggling to make ends meet. I know I didn't want that for my kids. So I want to give them everything that I may have missed out on when I was little. But truly, they're the reason why I do everything that I do.
I love it. All right. Well, Maxine, I want to say again, thank you for joining us. And I want to say that on behalf of the Naples Tonight team, we really appreciate you being part of this May feature for Women Empowerment Month. And I want to, before we wrap up, is there anything else that you would like to touch on or mention before we close out the interview?
I did mention Just Lovely Boutique before, and I did want to say that they have a newer location downtown Cape Coral. So want to recommend everyone check them out.
Yeah.
Because Lisa, the owner, is amazing, and I owe a lot of my success to her. I learned a lot from her. But no, I just want to say thank you all for the time. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.